Thanks, Eric. So what I'm going to be talking about a little bit today is some of the literature that we came across. So basically our research started out with the question of how does socioeconomic status influence student achievement? And I think this is incredibly relevant to our research question just because the internet is a resource that not all students are afforded. And yet we see all these assignments given by mostly high school teachers where you have to go out and gather your own external information and then bring it to class. So in a study that actually John found, we were surprised to find that this relationship is fairly limited in that it isn't possible to say that the educational resources have the strength to diminish the effect of socioeconomic features. In another source, Eric found this case study that looked at 16 high school students who did not have Wi-Fi, who did not have computers at home, who were tasked with building a website that talked about Cincinnati's involvement in the Underground Railroad. So this is something definitely where you would need to go out and research your own information to be able to incorporate that into your website. So you would expect that if you have these tools at your disposal, then of course you're going to be able to do the assignment. But what we found here is that the effects were much more profound than that. These 16 students all gave positive testimony, but one even went to say that that CFI, that the Critical Fusion Initiative, instilled confidence in them that they could act not just as participants, but that they could act as participants and not just as spectators in the information age. So the reason why this is so significant to our research is because it goes to serve the idea that if you have the internet as a tool at your disposal, then it makes you an exponentially more effective learner, that increases your potential. So when we were looking at the internet as a resource, we were interested to find that one of our sources said that when surveying students, there's a huge polarization in the responses of the usefulness and the level of distraction that the internet represented as a resource. But then when we looked back at it, we realized that the source was from the year 2000. So clearly the literature out there is a little outdated. But something that is more recent, this is a study that was conducted in 2014 by 5 Taiwanese researchers titled Effects of Online College Students' Internet Self-Efficacy on Learning Motivation and Performance. What the study found was that students with higher levels of internet self-efficacy were more likely to be successful academically. So I think it's important to distinguish here this difference between just having internet access and what it means to have internet self-efficacy. So one of the ideas that has been fueling our research topic is the notion that if you have these tools such as internet access, a computer at home, then you're going to use these tools and you're going to be increasing your computer literacy at a much more accelerated rate than someone who did not have these things. So the idea goes, if you were given this assignment by your teacher where you have to research information and then type this up, that you're going to be much more likely to be successful in this task than someone who does not have these computer literacy skills. So when we're looking at how internet impacts student achievement, we're trying to narrow this down because surely student achievement can be influenced by so many other confounding variables, which is why we've narrowed it down to a specific grade, and that's the grade on the senior research project, the capstone project in Anne Arundel County. So now John is going to be talking about the methodology that we would use if we were to conduct this.